computer machine. Hello, and welcome to a brand new episode of Dork Trek. Slow. Dennis and I are both wearing green tonight, so that's fun.
That's right. We coordinated.
That's right.
I didn't get the memo.
Ben's wearing a golf shirt. So how's the golf game?
Not as good as I would hope, but not as bad as I thought.
Well, you haven't played in like 20 some odd years, right?
Right.
So you'll figure it out. It's like
what I figured out so far is how to edit video.
Well, that's cool.
I took the old video that I had
in your golf game to be able.
Oh yeah, well that 26-year-old video, 27-year-old video, it was 26 minutes long. I've got it down to 15 minutes now.
That's awesome.
I did some audio editing. I did some chopping out of the 15 minutes of copywritten music.
All right. Well, good. I'm glad. That sounds wonderful. I'm glad you tweeted recently that you enjoy golfing and it's taken your mind off of some of your stress. So that's good. I'm glad.
Well, yeah, but I'm feeling guilty about it though. It's like
why?
I'm out here. I'm wasting money on this elitist sport.
It's not wasting money,
and it's not really elitist.
No, dude, you can for $100 you can go to. For anybody who's interested in playing golf, you like, oh, I want to play golf, but it's too much money. Go to Facebook Marketplace. You can get like a full set bag and all, right? Everything you need to play golf, except maybe balls. I don't know.
And you can just steal those. Just go to a driving range and leave.
Yeah. But yeah, like fucking $40. I'm sitting here with $1,000 or $1,200 set from the 90s that I had custom fit. And this, I mean.
Custom made?
Well, custom fit.
From head to toe? Clubs? Just like that. That.
And every birdie in the world I want.
Well, I wish I could get more birdies. But yeah, $40, $50, you can get a very decent set of, because everybody's got an ex-wife who hates them, and they're like, fuck you and fuck your clubs, and they're selling the clubs for like $20, $30 sometimes.
Or you just, sometimes you just
an estate sale
can't play golf anymore just because you don't have time or whatever.
That's
why I got rid of my clubs.
No, I couldn't play golf anymore, so I put mine in storage, knowing that someday it would be back.
Well, there you go. I'm glad you're doing something for you, friend. That's nice.
Yeah, so I'm going to give up literally everything else in my life.
Does that include Star Trek podcasts?
No.
Well, that's good.
I'll continue doing this, watching Star Trek, because Star Trek is the only thing that pre-exists golf right now.
Okay.
So I'm going to go with you to the driving range sometime. I want you to give me some tips.
Okay, can I tell you the true story?
Be the ball. That's a good tip.
Everyone who I've given lessons to, they have consistently, with just a little practice, a little time, within 6 months of me giving them lessons, have broken 80.
Wow.
Really?
No shit.
Where do they start at? Where do they start?
Over 100.
200.
No. But I mean, no, I seriously, I'll get people to break 90. I'll get them down to, once they break 90, once you break 100, 90, you're going to plateau right there for a little bit. And then the first time you shoot a 79, or hell, some people are happy, and stop in the 80s. But it's
now, does your instruction involve teaching them how to cheat?
No. I'm just just simple things about grip, about stance, things like that. And it's just sometimes having a second set. You can't watch yourself play. And then just having somebody say, hey, hold your arm a little more straight, or, try adjusting your posture this way or that way. Just little things can just take so many freaking strokes off your game.
There you go.
The problem is I can't do that to myself, so my game consistently suffers.
All right, well, I mean, maybe you're meant to be a teacher and not a golfer.
Those who can do.
You're supposed to be Bagger Vance.
Yeah.
Not Tin Cup.
I'm sure great caddy. I mean, maybe you're a great caddy. So,
yeah, there's good money in that, unless you work for that one guy.
That one guy.
Possibly unfair.
So, well, here's the deal. We're watching the Star Trek episode tonight. We're reviewing it, called In the Cards.
And that's not slang for Cardassian.
No. which would be kind of cool and slightly racist, but it's not.
That is a very special Bashir Garrick episode.
This episode is weird to me because I feel like the A story really should be a B story, and the B story should really be the A story here.
Wait, now the A story was the card, right?
Yeah, like
and then the B story was the whole Dominion War thing.
Yes,
So
because
serious,
the treaty,
oh my shit, serious
the treaty
story.
with the Dominion and Bajor.
I feel like they got this episode backwards because, like, when the episode starts, everybody's in a foul mood. Everybody's grumpy. Everyone's feeling the pressure of, like, the Cardassians and the Dominions being together and a fighting force and this, that, and the other thing. And no one's having fun at Cisco's party and everybody's being grumpy. And it's just the whole station is on alert, it seems. Like, everybody's they're just walking around with their butt clenched together because they know something bad's going to happen.
Crime is on the rise.
Yeah, all kinds of stuff. It's
a malaise.
It's not a good scene. And even Odo says, well, yeah, the last time this happened was when the Cardassians left the station. And so, like, it's just like this weird kind of malaise is a very good word, Ben, hanging over the station. And so Jake wants to do something because he's never seen his dad so sad before. He wants to cheer him up.
Yep.
We should all have a son like Jake Sisko.
Yes. He's a wonderful boy.
He's such a good boy.
He is. He's very tall.
What is he at
covered
this
that.
point? Is he 19, 18?
Geez, isn't he about 20 by now?
Jake?
Yeah.
What, he started at 16? So
I thought he was younger than that. I thought he was like 13. I would say he's probably like 18. That would be my guess.
Okay. Like, I'm pretty sure.
But I
Most of
think
us would be like chasing Bajoran girls.
to appease,
About our dad.
well, he has done that, but maybe he's so tired of fucking big titty Dabo girls that he's like, you know what, man, I got to give something back. My dad gave me these great jeans and this huge black schlong that I got to give something back to my old man. Yeah, I send him videos of me banging big titty Dabo girls, and like I let him come in every now and then and watch and stuff. And
Swap out with me, you know.
Sometimes I even let him smell my finger after a hot date. But you know what? I got to do something extra nice for him because I've never seen him so sad.
I can cheer Dad. Oh, you know what? I got an idea.
There just happens to be an auction going on at Quarks. Quarks isn't putting on the auction. He's just running it for a measly profit.
For the orphans.
Yes, for the orphans. And there's some junk in here. I guess they found like a fucking abandoned freighter or some shit, and it had a bunch of shit in it that nobody wanted. And one of those things just happens to be Wille Mays' rookie card. And this is what sets Jake over the edge. He's like, I got to get this card for my dad. My dad would love this. I got to get it. I got to get it.
And it's not even, it doesn't even have any monetary value at that point because nobody uses money anymore in the Federation.
In the Federation.
Yeah.
That's why you sell that
I mean,
shit.
anybody it's going to be important to somebody from Earth more than likely, or some weird alien that just happens to love baseball for some reason.
I want to know why there's so many baseball cards running around. This one,
I've got a shitload at home. So.
yeah, but this is a rookie, a 1951 rookie card.
I love
right?
baseball cards. Baseball cards are great.
Yeah, well, this is the second one I've seen in Star Trek.
What was the first one?
The episode where
The Japanese guy?
The dude kidnaps, so maybe three. So the guy that kidnaps Data back on TNG, because
That's
he's
right.
the collector dude, and he had the 62 Roger Maris card. Right, and now this dude's, this collection's got a 51 Wille Mays rookie card.
Maybe because old white people watch this show, or older people watch this show, and that's what they've been led to believe is valuable in their time. Like,
It'll have sentimental value.
Yeah, the baseball card. Oh, yeah.
I mean, at least the Maris card, if you opened it up, you could actually smell the bubble gum.
That's true. Yeah, but to be fair, I mean, like, of all the bullshit players to pick, Roger Maris, he had 2 good years.
Yeah, but I mean, at that point, he was the home run leader for
the single season home run leader. But I mean, this Willie Mays.
I mean, that was a big mark.
Yeah, but to be fair, Dennis, I mean, we're talking about Willie Mays. This is the great, in my opinion, in my humble baseball fan opinion, this is the greatest ball player that ever lived. Willie Mays. It's a 5-tool guy, 666 home runs or 660 home runs. Willie Mays, San Francisco.
He's easily up there with, and probably ahead of like Barry Bonds, Ted Williams.
This card
guys like that
is worth over $4,000.
So that's right. That's it. I would expect it to be worth more than $4,000. Willie Mays' rookie card.
That's what the Wikipedia said.
You know what? If I had $4,000, I'd buy a Willie Mays rookie card just to have it.
You sure it's not his card from when he was with the Mets?
Yeah, right.
That one's probably not worth much.
Willie Mays rookie card. This one says here, 1952 Topps Willie Mays sells for $478,000 at Heritage Auction.
Well, this is a 1951.
What year was his rookie year?
I mean, it would have to be Willie Mays's. 1951. It wouldn't make sense because then this whole episode is flawed and it makes my brain hurt.
Well,
yes, his rookie was 1951. That was his rookie year.
Okay, I was about to just quit Star Trek because
that's it. How did they let this slow fucking get through?
No, back when you guys were doing trivia, I got like a Joe DiMaggio question correct because of Star Trek.
Here's a Willie Mays 1952 card on eBay for $3,800. I would buy a Willie Mays rookie card if I had money to burn.
Wait, did they make baseball cards for the Negro Leagues? Because he played in the Negro Leagues before he played in the Major Leagues.
I don't know. That's a good question, Dennis.
Now I've got to look up that. Now that's going to be in my search history. God damn it.
Well, that's not a bad thing. It could be worse.
What's the word Negro?
You're right. What if I run for office someday?
He played briefly for the Chattanooga Choo-Choos in Tennessee. Then he played for the Birmingham Black Barons of the Negro League. And then he played
not to be confused with the Birmingham White Barons.
Yes. Then he played for the Homestead Grays. They had great jerseys, the Homestead Grays.
They weren't aliens.
That's probably the most well-known Negro League team.
What about the Kansas City squad?
The Kansas City Monarchs.
Yeah, but see, you can't even. Oh, yeah, the Monarchs.
Yeah, the Monarchs.
I mean, I was just about to ask, can I wear a Kansas City Monarchs jersey? They've got these retro jerseys out. Huh?
Why not?
Well, it's got that word.
That's American history, man.
It's got a big Negro League seal on it that, you know.
Yeah, because what's his name played for the Kansas City Monarchs? The home run king who has more home runs than anybody ever. What's his name? Now it's going to piss me off.
It was in my head, and now you keep saying stuff, and I can't remember it. It's, what's his name?
It was right there on the tip of my tongue.
Oh, God damn it. Damn it, I don't want to look it up.
What's his name? He was a catcher. I think.
Damn it! It keeps coming in and out of my head like it's right there.
Was he from?
What's his name? Played him in a movie. Bubba Gump. Played him in a movie. I can. God damn it!
Oh, shit, I can't remember.
Well, some famous players from the Kansas City Monarchs: Mr. Ernie Banks.
Yeah, not him.
Cool Papa Bell.
Nope.
Willard Brown.
Nope.
Andy Cooper.
Nope.
Bill Foster.
Nope.
Jose Mendez.
Nope.
Hey.
Satchel Paige.
No.
Jackie
No,
Robinson.
Satchel Paige was a pitcher who was like 78 years old.
Yeah, well, he's still
Not
great.
Jackie Robinson either.
Not Jackie
Logan,
Robinson.
Hilton Smith, Turkey Stearns, Cristobal Torriente.
He was a
J.L.
catcher.
Some other players were Newt Allen, Gene Baker, Elston Howard, Connie Johnson, Buck O'Neill.
Buck O'Neill played first base.
Bartolo Portuondo, Hank Thompson, and Quincy Root. I mean, there's Bullet Rogan.
Josh Gibson.
And
he played for the Grays. We were way off.
He's none of the Monarchs.
He played for the Grays. So we were off. Josh Gibson, that's it.
He was great.
Yeah, he hit like 1,000,000 home runs or something like that.
There's so many I mean, when you look at some of these records,
Between 800 and 1,000.
Yeah. Well, it's just like what Sarahara O hit a shit ton of home runs too, I believe.
Yeah.
But yeah, Josh Gibson, that was his name. Yeah, I knew what's his Satchel Paige played for the Kansas City Monarchs.
yeah.
Satchel Paige, when he finally broke into the major leagues, was like 600 years old.
Yeah, and still striking people out.
Yeah. Woody Allen, that is Ronan Farrow's real name, Satchel.
Oh yeah.
I believe so. But then
He was
since
right-handed pitcher, and at age 42 in the year 1948 was the oldest major league rookie while playing for the Cleveland Indians.
yes, Ronan Farrow's real name is Satchel. Named after Satchel Paige.
I'm looking at
This makes me want to play that Hollow Earth game so I can break out my Negro League.
Well, we can work on it. We'll figure something out.
I'm looking at these statistics and stuff, and some of the amazing baseball that was played, and it is a goddamn shame that America was so racist.
Well, I mean, you could say
I'm
right
glad
now.
I'm just glad
Not just because of the
we moved past it. It's a better world now. Everyone plays baseball together.
Well, at this point now, African Americans don't even really play a lot of baseball anymore.
No, you got that.
Now, if you look at the statistics, like there's not a lot of African American players.
Well, that one guy is great, though. What's his name? Tim Robinson?
But for the White Sox?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, there's not a lot of black players nowadays. But anywho, so they're gonna get this Wille Mays card for his old man.
Yep.
And that'll cheer him up. Meanwhile, which is a weird meanwhile, what's her face did? The stupid one that nobody likes.
Kai Wynn?
Kai Wynn shows up on the station and she's like, oh yeah, hey.
Hello, child.
I'm here, child. And he's like, bitch, don't call me a child. Says, look, child, I'm here as a go-between for a meeting between you and the Dominion. It's like, what's happening here? And we find out that the Dominion, they have offered to, I guess, sign a peace treaty / like non-compete, non-aggression pact with Bajor. And this sounds like some serious stuff.
Yeah.
I mean,
well,
like,
no, it's just a short paragraph, and both sides had to sign it. And it was like, don't start none, won't be none. And
don't start no shit, won't be no shit.
Yeah, and then they both signed, and they were like, hey, we cool. That was it.
But, I mean, this is a pretty serious thing. I mean, you're talking about Bajor, who was virtually moments away from joining the Federation, is looking to sign a non-aggression pact with, you know, the Cardassians and the Dominion.
Well, I mean, she points out, though, when, you know, Cisco kind of balks at this whole thing. She's like, well, it was you that stopped it 6 months ago.
He literally ran into the room while they're getting ready to sign it.
Right?
Well, he was having some weird space hallucination or something. And who hasn't had a weird space hallucination or something?
Came from the Space Sweat Lodge.
I was just tripping space balls.
Can anybody else taste numbers? Is that just me right now? Probably shouldn't join any
26 tastes like lemons.
And oddly enough, this is the B story. Like this kind of major seismic possible shift in power.
But to be fair, though, like they couldn't really do a whole episode about this.
You don't think so?
No, because then it would be a TNG episode.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You think this would turn into a TNG episode? How's that?
Well, no, because it's always with the discussions and the staff meetings
with
and
the talking.
And then that, they'd be trying to find out, okay, what's Wei Yun lying about? What's he hiding?
Yeah. Meanwhile, his big concern is like the floor is making sound. What is this?
That doesn't sound interesting to you? Like the idea, like they kind of check out what Rayun's doing, and maybe there's some kind of like plot between, you know, the Bajorans and, you know, that like there's some backdoor deal that that Kai Wynn is kind of negotiating over what's her face's ex-boyfriend's head and stuff, and it's like a power grab. Like, none of that sounds interesting to you? You guys would rather watch an episode about a baseball card?
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah. Yeah. I at this point in my life, I care more. You talk about those old nostalgic dudes that think, that's what they think are interesting, that wrote these shows back in the 90s. I'm kind of nostalgic.
Not just the baseball card. Immortality.
Yes. Well, how did they get to that point, Dennis Black and Asian? Tell me.
Because Jake loses in the auction. He's first going against this one dude who drops out, just like Nog says he was going to at 4 bars of Latinum or something, like 2 bars. Yeah. So, but then this new guy, character actor, what's his name, jumps in.
Character actor, what's his name?
Yeah.
Yep.
And he goes to 10 bars, but Nog only has 5 bars of Latinum, so they can't win. So
what do we do now? Nothing. We're out of money.
Yeah.
Oh, he was in a lot of Star Trek. He played Vorin in the episode Homeworld, Star Trek The Next Generation. He was also Pat Durst Sullen, I guess, in 2 episodes of Voyager, or 1 episode. No, 2. Peter Durst is Fred Durst's great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandson from Limp Bizkit. That's how that show ends. Or is it Red Hat and says, yeah.
I think it was really cool, though, that they knew that we would be watching this episode in this month. And so they had Quark wear his Pride Month jacket.
He did. He looked really handsome in it, too.
It was very nice. Nice little shout out.
Quark's very gay-friendly because he likes money.
I was going to say, the gays have the money.
Yep, if gays have, well, not gays, don't have all the money. They have some money.
Well, yeah, the Jews have the rest.
Yeah. Benjamin, that's so, I mean, I expect better from you and your silly hat.
There's an actual thing in Marin County in, was it north of San Francisco there, where they were trying to drive the Jews out of the neighborhood. Or not the Jews, the gays.
The GAYs?
And the reason why is because it was causing the taxes to go up, because what was it? You would have 2 men living together.
That's hot.
Tell
me more about this.
Well, they
don't brush past these details.
Yeah. Come on, I want every detail.
Because we have shitty.
Every steamy detail.
Country is still fucked up. Women make 78 cents on the dollar.
Mm-hmm.
Well, men make 100 cents on the dollar, and so you get 2 professional men living together. They have more money. They dump it all into making their house and yard nice. They do a lot of renovations. Property value goes up, and it was driving some of the old timers out of the place because the tax rate for the community was going up beyond what they could pay.
Do they?
So like, I don't care who's sleeping with who. I can't pay my taxes anymore.
Do they spend that extra money on lube?
No, the good stuff's still pretty affordable. So no.
Do they spend it on other things for butts? Huh? It's just worth it for Dennis's reaction. Dennis is smiling ear to ear. At
other things for butts?
Oh.
Dennis looks so happy, and that's all I want this podcast to be. It's just ways to make Dennis happy.
Where is he going? Other things for butts. Oh, okay. Yeah, for butts.
You said there'd be butt stuff.
I still had a lot of butt talk on this podcast recently.
I still don't understand why this.
Been here for it.
Yeah, I don't know. We've been trying to lure you back with it. Like, hopefully you would listen. Like, wow, they're talking a lot about butts lately.
Well, he's not on it, so he's not listening.
It's true.
Well, I do read the transcripts. One of the listeners,
like Oprah,
everything that's
for transcripts of today's
and a self-addressed stamped envelope.
I subscribed years ago, and it's just like, $20 a month. It comes out, and the guy mails it to me.
Totally worth it. So, but yeah, I don't know who this clown is, Dr. Geiger.
He
Dr.
can count.
H.R. Geiger.
Dr. Geiger, yes, he's a weirdo. I don't know what he wants with this box in particular, but he wants the box, and the card is in the box,
What's in the box?
which is odd.
Bob just said the card was in the box, didn't it?
Oh, what else?
But why not separate the card and then sell the card separately and the box separately? Then you get 2 transactions.
I was going to say, why are you? Because there's a transaction fee on each one, too.
Yeah.
Because the plot doesn't work if you do it that way.
I swear, what happens next, I've seen in a million shows. Like usually cartoons or something.
Okay.
It just feels so familiar.
Well, what happens?
Well, they obviously lose the card. They try to make a deal with him. He's going to kick them out. And then they come up with hey, he needs some things. So if they get this list of things, he'll give them the card, right?
Yes. Because he's some kind of weird scientist who's creating an invention that will hopefully
Trying to create a woman to date him.
Yes, well, that's the other thing. First, he wants
That's
to.
what weird scientists do.
Well, that's the movie Weird Science. So yes,
They were weird scientists.
but first he wants to build a machine that'll make him live forever because he's convinced that he can cure death.
By keeping your cells happy.
Yes, because they get bored. When they get bored, they kill themselves.
Yes, and they kill you with it. And why they don't immediately just go to, because my thinking is, okay, this guy's clearly a maniac, right? He's got all this maniacal equipment in his room. All we have to do is just go to Odo and say, look, there's this guy in the ring who we think is a crazy person. He's going to blow up the station. Go up there and arrest him, and then they can just get his stuff.
Are you
Patriot Act, Odo.
You're squatting the guy. I mean,
I'm just saying, right? Like this plan of yours isn't alarming. Like he's got all this weird equipment. He's got this theory that he's clearly unstable.
Yeah.
I mean, they could just wait it out too. He'll probably kill himself eventually doing his stupid experiments.
You know, that's true
They
too.
use that card pretty quick.
But Dennis, if he does accidentally kill himself and blow himself up with this machine, he's going to take lots of people with him. So I mean, just go find Odo and be like, "There's a mate,"
about that. Like he'll just get his cells too excited.
and then they'll die of excitement,
Yeah, they'll all just ejaculate all over themselves.
overstimulation.
Yeah.
But my point, Dennis, is why not rat this guy out and then you get the card,
Yeah.
right?
I guess the only problem is,
The episode's over.
yeah, Odo's too busy with all the petty crime going on. He doesn't
Yes.
have time to
That upsurge of 75%.
trump
But
up
yes,
some charges on this.
But Ben is correct. It is very much like a, hey, I need this. You do this for me and I'll do this for you kind of thing.
Yeah, I'll teach you karate if you wash my car.
I think the first time I saw this was MASH, where there's like this chain reaction of if you give me this, I'll give you okay. And then you got to go down the line and everybody the chain reaction thing.
There's an episode of The Office like that where Dwight tries to get the best item at the garage sale that they're having, and he starts off by getting a book, and then he trades the book for salsa, and then he trades the salsa for this, that, and the other thing, and he ends up with this awesome telescope, but Jim tricks him into a bag of seeds. Same idea.
Yeah. I think around the time that Office episode was getting written, there's a real life version where a guy got a house, but he started with like a push pin, like a thumbtack or whatever. And he traded that. And then there's like this whole series of events where he just keeps trading. And then he ends up getting a house. I think it was like over the course of a year.
All right.
Because he traded the pin for a gun, and then he killed the people who lived in the house and took their house.
Yeah, and California has some very lax squatter laws.
All right. Well, that's cool.
If you kill the people who live in the house, you get to take the house.
Yeah, keep what you kill.
As long as we can't prove it.
Yeah.
You're
He
good.
bleached, he cleaned it up. They came in, they had the little glasses on and like, the spritzy stuff. But it's like, nope, it doesn't glow. We're good.
Wait, were you quoting the Chronicles of Riddick there?
Maybe.
Keep what you kill.
Maybe. We live by that at my office now.
Oh, you work for the Necromongers?
No, but I've established that as like the guys who work for me, if they want to move up in the ranks, we've established a policy of keep what you kill.
You have to kill them first. Okay, that makes sense.
So if you want the next promotion, you take. And so now I've had like 3 attempts on me, but still, we're good.
It's very Klingon of them, though. Like, I'm going to kill the boss, so I become the boss.
Yeah.
You know, you got to respect
You
that.
have no honor. Headbutt. I mean, you know, you do what you got to do.
I mean, that's respect right there. Let's kill the boss. To be the boss. To be the man, you got to beat the man.
And by beat him, I mean you have to kill him.
Maybe Ric Flair was a Klingon.
You know, we had a Greek officer that used to work on the joint staff with us.
Did he have a big penis?
Yes, and one time we got really nervous because we
His
overheard him
penis was
saying something. Well, you know, it was there. It's
He
kind of
kept
hard
threatening you guys with it. I'm going to hit you with my big penis.
when he said you cannot be a man unless you can take a man, and we weren't really sure what he meant, and because it was just like
Take him all the way.
In your mouth.
Yeah, I mean, I know you guys like to play leapfrog, and I'm just a little concerned right now. I'm just, I can't take.
I am not such great leaper, though.
I am good frog.
I am good leapy, not leaper. I can't do a Greek accent.
It's hard. They're tough, and that's a tough accent to do. We're all doing shitty Greek accent stuff. It makes you feel better.
I sound like Italian. Hey, it's a me. I'm a Quentin Martin.
It's a me. I'm Mario. But yeah, so
anytime you can't figure out the accent, it's like, is it French? Is it Irish? I can't really lock it down. It's Israeli. So.
All right. That's just where you go.
Well, no, every time we've not been able to figure out the accent, it ends up being Israeli. So we've just given up. And so now anytime if you can't identify it, chances are.
Chances are.
So now we've got to start this chain reaction thing. So we got to send the chief kayaking. We got to what was it? They got to get like some saline solution from Dr. Bashir.
5 liters.
5 liters.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
And since we're Americans, we have no fucking clue what liters are.
I need 5 liters of cola. That's all I kept thinking about when he kept saying liters. What's that guy's name from that movie?
It's like a math problem. Wait, I can only buy them in 2-liter bottles.
What's the guy's name? Farva. I just kept thinking of Farva from Super Troopers. I need a liter of cola.
Do they still sell liters of soda?
Yeah, they sell 2 liters.
Well, no, they sell 2 liters.
Yeah, they have 1-liter bottles sometimes.
When I was a kid, they used to have the 3 liters. And
yeah.
we would.
Oh, that's right. I remember the 3 liters. Those things were intense as shit. They had that giant opening.
Yeah, and we would buy my parents would buy like cases of 3 liters. Cases, okay? So they came like.
That's what their house was made of, cases of 3 liters. That
was it because we only went to town like once a month.
You went to town on those 3-liter bottles.
Well, those 6 or 7 cases would have to last the entire month, and you'd have like 3.
Because you couldn't get back out to town.
When we're on the farm.
I just remember all 3 liters being sun-kissed for some reason. Like that's all I remember ever seeing was 3.
Yeah, we would get the ones that were like the grocery store that we had down there was Bilo, and so we'd get like the Bilo brand.
You mean Bilo?
Bilo.
Is Bilo and Bilo the same thing?
I don't know. Bilo.
We had Bilo. We had Belo, Bilo.
I remember the name brand.
Walter?
Stuff. Who?
Yes, Walter.
Walter. The produce is better because of Walter. Bilo.
Bilo.
Produce, I guess. But no, but for a while, I want to say it was like near the turn of the century. There were.
How old are you, Ben?
No, the turn of this century. But no, there was a thing where you could buy like a liter of Coke.
Yeah, you still can. You can still buy liter bottles.
Okay, because I know they've reduced now. You can
participating locations only.
Yes.
Yeah, because now the common thing I see is where it used to be like a 16 or 18 ounce bottle. They have the 12 ounce bottle, so it's the same amount as what's in a can.
I can't believe how
all kinds of denominations of bottles.
Yeah, they have all kinds. They have cans and 20 ounces and 16 ounces, and I can't believe.
Yeah.
I can't believe how expensive soda is. Like I went to the store the other day and like a 20 ounce fucking bottle of soda was like $2.
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
Yeah. No, at work, an 18-ounce soda out of the machine is $1.55.
Yeah, that's crazy. I was shocked. I was like, wow.
Weren't 2 liters like 69 cents or something?
99, like sometimes they go on sale for like 99 cents. It just depends on what you're drinking. I will say I did have a can of Dr. Pepper the other day, and fuck, it was the best thing I've ever had in my whole life.
Oh my God, Dr. Pepper's so good.
Dude, it was wonderful. Like an actual can of Dr. Pepper, like not Diet Dr. Pepper, but regular Dr. Pepper. I was at a barbecue, and I saw the can in the fridge, and I was like, I haven't had a Dr. Pepper for whoa, all 23 flavors came rushing back to me, baby. It was a wonderful experience. I advise.
Dr. Pepper is wonderful. It's of the diet to regular name. I think Diet Dr. Pepper is the closest to its original source.
What'd you say, Dennis?
I can't drink diet sodas.
I do agree with Benjamin saying that Diet Dr. Pepper is probably the best of the diet sodas.
I'm not going to try
I started drinking Dr. Pepper.
It
was so good.
I love Dr. Pepper, man. It was fucking wonderful.
For me, when I was a kid, it was always between Dr. Pepper and Cherry Coke. And I always liked Cherry Coke better.
Cherry Coke's pretty yummy.
Well, what was it? The thing back in the 60s, you'd have a cocktail party, and if you had like, your little holiday gathering or something, you'd make a hot punch with Dr. Pepper and like put orange slices in it. And it was served like piping hot to warm you up on those cold
Piping hot?
Piping hot orange.
How do they warm up the Dr. Pepper?
I have no idea, but it was.
I'm Googling this shit, but Ben's cauldron.
You have like a giant, I don't know, cast iron cauldron of Dr. Pepper. I don't know.
Dude, I would love to go somewhere and have a cauldron.
I don't know how but it was served hot.
It does say this. People used to heat up their Dr. Pepper, it says.
How do you heat it up, though?
Back in the 50s and 60s. Here, I'm reading. This is from Mental Floss.
Okay.
Back in the 50s and 60s, people were a little confused when it came to party food. Flip through any retro cookbook and you'll find disgusting recipes like blue cheese mousse or tuna and jello pie. Another crime against food was hot Dr. Pepper, which is exactly what it sounds like. To make this syrupy concoction, heat the otherwise refreshing soda in a saucepan to about 180 degrees, pour into a mug with a thin slice of lemon and drink. The resulting drink will be sugary, hot, and flat. Some people believe that it helps with colds and other ailments.
Because it will kill you before the cold can.
I know what we're trying.
That would be awful. Because, all the carbon dioxide would be out,
cooked out.
Yeah.
It says they tried it, I guess. The results, a thick tea-like drink that resembled a non-alcoholic hot toddy. I don't know what a hot toddy is. The lemony drink was less sweet and numbed the tongue. Some of the comments from the people who drank it, I wouldn't do this to me on purpose. The lemon is key. It wouldn't be good without the lemon. This needs booze, then it would be good. Somebody said, it's not the worst thing I've ever tasted. There you go.
We can do this when you guys come over for Christmas.
All right. Oh, you know what? I'll be there in the summertime because I'll be there on the 4th of July. I expect warm Dr. Pepper for everybody.
It's not really a summer drink.
Not a summer drink.
I mean, it doesn't sound like anything we should drink anyway, so let's just do it. No season is right for hot Dr. Pepper.
I will get a cauldron just so we can do this.
Yes.
Look, I'm going to turn the AC all the fucking way down. I'm going to wear my Christmas sweater and put up the tree. And then you guys come over and we'll have hot Dr. Pepper.
And we can watch Star Trek, and I'm doing it. I will be there in July for 4th of July. I'm hanging out at Ben's house and we're drinking hot Dr. Pepper.
There we go.
I can't wait.
We have to record this
we have
watching Fall Guy videos on YouTube.
I watch Fall Guy fight Andre the Giant dressed up like fucking Bigfoot. I wonder if we could get a season of because I'm sure it sucks, but the idea of the Fall Guy sounds so amazing to me.
I just love the theme song.
Yeah. They let Lee Majors sing it, dude. That's how famous he was.
Yeah.
Yep. Who's the bionic fucking man? I mean, come on.
I mean, Lee Majors is awesome. The Fall Guy, I want to do like a reboot comic Fall Guy, like just a book about a fucking private detective / stuntman. I think that would be wonderful.
I love some of the crossover fiction you can get. Like there's where you can get like Fall Guy meets T.J. Hooker.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen the Kolchak Columbo stuff. So you get whatever was on TV. People, there's a fandom for both.
Yeah.
So people try to cross it up. And the T.J. Hooker fighting crime with Fall Guy was pretty good.
Who would Jessica Fletcher team up with? Like Scarecrow and Mrs. King?
No, she teamed up. She did. There was crossover episodes. She teamed up with Tom Selleck.
Yeah, with Magnum PI, they had hot sex. We talked about this on the show.
Yeah,
they fucked.
Great episode,
and it was magical.
He gave her a mustache ride.
Tom Selleck has never had better poontang because she knows what she's doing. Fletcher.
I bet she does.
She was riding that dick.
Jessica Fletcher, she gets around.
Like, oh, Sonny.
She's got a young stud in every town.
I'm going to gargle your balls.
She's ran through all the men in Cabot Cove.
Yep. I do the Kegels to keep it tight.
You better kill this pussy.
Why don't you call over the British guy and your black friend?
Did you know Higgins was actually from Texas?
He was?
Yeah, real life he was from Texas. And
okay.
that accent, his accent in Blazing Saddles was closer to his actual accent.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He is in Blazing Saddles, isn't he?
He plays Mr. Johnson.
Yeah, that's it. How did you remember that name?
Rock Ridge. Oh, I love that. That's still one of my favorite movies ever. Okay, so anyway, so they go about collecting these items and they trick O'Brien, because I think we can honestly say without any shadow of a doubt that O'Brien is the laziest and worst example of Starfleet. I mean, it's
the best example of Starfleet.
He's kind of a coward.
I wouldn't say that.
I mean, every time
I think he's just done his fighting, like, because he was like an infantry guy or something before.
Oh, right. So he's quote unquote done his fighting.
Yeah, now he's like a retired on active duty guy who's just kind of waiting
for retirement.
He bitches and moans about like the accommodations on the Defiant. He's like, oh, the quarters are cramped. I got nowhere to sleep. He just moans a lot.
But some people are never happy, and I think that's kind of O'Brien. Like he's always going to complain about something.
Okay, so you just think he's miserable?
Yeah.
All right.
That's why he married Keiko.
Exactly.
So he's just a glutton for
so
punishment.
he can have a justified complaint.
Like, oh,
he was home in Ireland. It was a few years before TNG started. And he was traveling around on his space hover bike, and he accidentally ran over this old gypsy woman's foot.
And she cursed him.
And she cursed him. And she said if he ever allowed himself to feel true happiness, the Federation would fall. And so he had to find a way that he was perpetually unhappy.
All right.
And so a lot of it, he puts himself in these situations. But
he should have just bought her a caravan.
We got very close to losing everything, and that's why he married Keiko.
Mm-hmm.
And you notice that whenever the Dominion thing flares up is usually when Keiko's gone and he's starting to feel happier about himself. He has to bring her back, so he feels smashed.
All right, so who's the worst main character? Who do you think has the worst evals of all the main characters in all the series? If you had to pick one.
In all the series?
Yes. Accessing. Who's got the worst evals, you think?
I think it'd have to be somebody who worked on Picard's ship, because I don't know.
You're on the flagship, everybody there is A-level.
Kirk was kind of a stickler too.
Harry Kim.
That's what I was going to say.
Harry Kim, because he went 7 years and didn't get promoted. And they were giving out promotions. 2 people got promoted on that mission.
Yeah, and
Noah for a fact. And he did as an 01 ensign 7 years.
Yeah, he was an ensign for 7 years. I mean, Wesley wasn't even a fucking ensign for that long.
Yeah.
That was going to be my answer. Harry Kim. Yeah, Ben.
Great mind.
He just seems to suck at everything. Or he just doesn't excel at anything.
Yeah.
You know, where most people in Star Trek, it seems like they excel at something. Harry Kim's just like bang average. You know?
Poor dumb Harry.
Poor dumb Harry. That would be a fun show. Poor dumb Harry. It's just a Harry Kim being dumb. I'm going to try not to walk into the wall today.
Oh, already failed.
runs into Neelix when Neelix is carrying like a big pot of soup.
Sorry, Neelix.
I guess there was, I mean, we'll talk more about it when we get there, I guess. But there was like a thing where he and the guy that played Tom Paris started gaining too much weight.
Yes, yeah, that was great in the book.
Yeah. Oh, my God. I got to read that book.
I read they almost kicked him out of the show because he had like kind of a bad tude.
Mm-hmm.
Because like he was always late and stuff, and he had kind of a bad attitude because he was voted like one of America's sexiest people in like one of the magazines, and
That's why they never promoted him.
And it went to his head.
Mm-hmm. No, there was a standing policy with the producers that he'd never get promoted because of his attitude.
And they said he got fat.
Yep.
Yeah, that book was great. We need to read it and review it.
Yeah, we were supposed to review it already, but I have to reread it now.
Was he ever in anything else?
Harry Kim? Nah, I don't think so.
He did some guest of the week on the different murder shows.
How did he get voted one of the world's sexiest men?
Because he was on fucking Star Trek. That show was huge.
Not that huge.
I don't think who voted in that?
Did they just need an Asian guy?
It was y'all's turn.
Garrett Wang.
Well, he wasn't the world's most sexiest man. He was just on the list, right? It's like when Stephen Colbert shows up on the list, you know. It's like, all right, you know.
He's top 5.
His brain is sexy.
He hasn't worked since 2014, according to his Wikipedia page.
What's he been in?
Nothing.
G Wang.
He was in Voyager, and then he did a film called 100%, and then he did a film called Ivory Tower, and then he did a film called Demon Island, which looks shitty, and Into the West, which looks shitty. Deja Vu. Then he was in Star Trek's of Gods and Men.
That's that bullshit.
Yeah.
Tuvok thing.
Fuck Tuvok.
How's that soy chai latte coming?
How's it? Soy chai latte? I haven't seen it though. Where can we watch this?
Of Gods and Men?
Yeah.
I saw it somehow, some way a while ago, but I don't know how legal.
Do you think it's on Netflix or it's on YouTube?
I think it got smacked as part of the lawsuit. When Axanar fucked it up for everybody and got sued.
Why would you waste so much time doing this when you know you can't do anything with it? Here's the complete film, it says right here, of Gods and Men Part 1.
Huh?
Like, why would you waste so much time of your life and money doing this if no one could ever see it or watch it? Seems fucking dumb to me.
I'm doing a field trip to upstate New York to visit the sets that one series did. Once they had to go out of production, they've turned it into like a museum.
Oh, that's cool.
You can go up there and like walk around in the halls of the Enterprise.
Here you go. I'm putting this right here.
Wait, did they just get all these Star Trek actors to be in this?
Yes, basically.
Tim Russ did it. So
Tim Russ did it.
Oh.
It's the official complete film. I bet I've seen better film on teeth. This has got to be awful.
All right, there we go. I just wanted to start it so I could. Now it's in my history.
It's an hour and 28 minutes long.
For part 1. Now, is this the one that has Gary Mitchell come back?
Charlie X, it looks like.
Oh, okay.
Wow, this looks really bad. Even Ben, you would not be happy with the look of the. You would not be happy with the look of the uniforms.
I've seen.
They're not official at all.
Here's the thing: whenever they have like the stars of the show try to get involved, they always fuck it up. And whenever they have like the actual fans do it, it's like 100% spot on.
I heard that. What was the one movie that the fans made? Anaxar or whatever?
Axanar. Yeah, that's the one that caused the lawsuit.
I heard that was
some real people in that though.
They have. Well, yeah, that's part of the lawsuit.
I heard that was pretty good.
The prequel, they did like the leading up
Road to Axanar.
Yeah.
Space Road.
and it's like 20 minutes.
Space Road.
And I love when they were suing, and CBS is like, well, it's not because we're going to do anything similar. It's just because they're just violating the copyrights. And it's like, okay, so Axanar set during the Klingon Federation War, blah, blah, blah. Wait, isn't that the first season of Discovery? And then it turns out that was, pretty much the Klingon Federation War that we saw in Discovery. What they cover in this, and Axanar did it better.
I don't know if they did it better than go to the Mirrorverse.
No.
And all that stuff.
Okay.
Season 1 of Discovery was good. Even though
Discovery was the best television I've ever watched.
What, season 2 you said?
Yes.
I like season 2 a lot as well.
Huh?
Thought it was wonderful.
Captain Pike is now officially my favorite captain.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's high praise.
That's saying something.
Yep. If they make a Captain Pike series with number 1 and
that would be wonderful.
I will keep my subscription. Otherwise, when I finish watching Twilight Zone this weekend, I'm going to cancel.
It's been tough to watch Twilight Zone.
I've actually heard it's bad.
It's not bad. It's just not, I don't know.
It's not Discovery season 2.
Yeah, it's not.
But I mean, do you think now
there's a couple of good, like I've watched, I think 5 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Like a couple of them are okay.
Yeah. No, there have been 2 or 3 that have been really good, and then the other ones are just kind of like,
I heard it's crappy.
That Kid President one, that one kind of sucks.
Well, if you think about it in context, though, once I got it, it's like, oh, they're talking about Trump. Got it. That's what we have.
Yeah, but it's like the payoff at the end was just stupid.
Does it do his parents beat him?
No, it's just dumb.
Okay.
The turnabout, the Twilight Zoneism of it is not good.
Okay. All right. But yeah, so anywho, so they go through the process of getting what they need to get this stuff, and then lo and behold, they go to give the guy what he needs, and he's gone. I assumed he was dead, but he's not dead. I guess he was kidnapped
by the Jem'Hadar.
The Jem'Hadar.
They took all his shit.
They took all his shit. They rolled up and took it all, baby.
Well, it was causing sounds to come up through the floor.
Well, I mean, Wayne's got those big ass ears. He's going to hear anything that comes up through the floor.
I think those rooms, though, this isn't a Motel 6. I shouldn't be hearing all this coming out of the floor downstairs.
And it's weird that they would just keep Wayoon and Jem'Hadar guys in like General Pop.
Why are they even on the station? That's what I don't understand.
Because they're negotiating.
Yeah, but why can't they do that on Bajor?
It's a Bajoran station, neutral.
Yeah, it's neutral territory, but it's just weird that they keep them in general population because I mean,
why do they need to be on neutral territory?
Well, it's Bajor.
It's a bilateral agreement. Why can't they just be on Bajor?
I don't know.
Well, this is. I want to say about it being neutral. It's not Federation. It's Bajoran. This is Bajoran territory.
And you guys are okay with with this being the B story, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. It's just the B story. I mean, this is the interesting part of the show.
No, but I want to find out how they get the card.
Why are they doing all this stuff?
Well, obviously, Kai.
The whole point of Wayoon being there has nothing to do with the treaty. It's just so that he can kidnap this guy at the end, so that Jake can.
Yeah,
come up with, in my opinion, the best part of the episode.
Which is really great because that's what happens. They kind of meet each other, and Wayoon's like, "Hey, why are you meeting with all the senior staff? Why are you meeting with this guy? Why are you meeting with Kennick with Win? What's going on? What are you doing? You guys are some kind of super spies." And Jake cooks up the best.
I want to see the episode that he talked about.
Yes, me too.
Dude's a writer.
He comes up with, well, so you see. A few days ago, we had never even heard of this guy.
Wille Mays.
And then all of a sudden, there's this baseball card and a plaque in the Hall of Fame. And he's a time traveler. We got to find him to find out what he's changing in the past and what he's going to change in the future. And I'm like, wow, this is some really great bullshit. It's very much Star Trek.
I want to watch this episode.
I want to see it so bad.
This is a great Star Trek episode. This is better than the A and B story that we're watching right now. Like all of a sudden, Wille Mays shows up and he's a time traveler. That's amazing. Let's do that.
And the best thing about it is he doesn't go back and then goes and plays baseball. he just puts himself, like, changes the history books. He's like, man, I don't want to fucking know how to play baseball. I'll just say I'm the best.
Nobody likes baseball. That's some shit from the 20s or something, ain't
You
it?
know what? I'm going to be the best 5-tool player that ever lived. That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah. On paper.
Yeah, here it is. Bang.
He's not bringing some, like, cybernetic baseball bat or anything like that to help him.
He's not Booster Gold.
That's too much work.
No, he's not Booster Gold. He just makes up a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah.
And then Wayne's like, wow, that sounds incredible. It's
I believe your story.
yes, the first one. And then I guess the one guy, the doctor shows up and he's like, you sold me out, blah, blah, blah.
Yes, we did.
And then Wayne talks to him about, like, you know, his studies and about living forever and the genetics of it all. And then Wayne's clearly interested, which I find odd because he's a clone. Why does a clone want to live forever?
Because he died already.
Yeah.
It probably wasn't fun.
Yeah, but I mean, like, there's thousands of them. So what does it matter if this one lives forever?
I don't know. Did they ever say how many clones there are?
Yes.
Isn't he like the sixth one or something?
Yeah, but you only get 8.
Yeah.
So that's why you're interested.
Why is it only 8?
Why not?
Because
Eight is a magic.
Cylons had thousands.
did they?
There was a lot of them, yeah.
There's more than
The
a few.
Korean one was all over the place on that one Battlestar or
Who a thing?
Cylon thingy.
The pylon thing.
What do they call the Cylon ships? Base Star.
Well, you have the base star, but then you have the resurrection ships, or where you resurrect that.
Yeah, but I was thinking on the Base Star, like she was all over that one.
Yeah. Well, she's a very important Cylon.
I mean,
Apparently.
if you're going to be a Cylon, you might as well be the most important.
Cylon who can get knocked up.
Yeah, buddy, that's impossible.
That makes you the most important Cylon in my book to avoid.
But yeah, and then they take the card and they leave, and that's it.
And everybody's happy
Everybody's happy.
because Jake wrote a good speech for Kira, and O'Brien's getting
Went
to do his
kayaking.
kayaking stuff.
He didn't break his shoulder this time.
It's win-win, man.
Well, yeah, Kai Wynn left. Everybody's happy about that.
Kayak win.
Everybody's stoked. But my whole point being, like, again, now you
Julian
have,
got his teddy bear back from,
which is cool.
and it smells like her titties now, so he's really happy.
Smells
I
like-
just think it's interesting that even in the future with breakups, there's that whole thing of
She's the only one who's not happy
yeah.
because she's tearing her fucking room apart trying to find this teddy bear.
Well, she stole it. To be fair, she did steal it from Julie, and that's not
She borrowed it.
she
Not
stole
cool.
it.
She just didn't give it back. She's like that friend. I think we all had that friend when we were kids who wanted to borrow your toys and then never gave them back.
stole it. Dada. She stole it. Not cool.
It's somebody she used to know.
She's a thief.
Yeah.
I will say, I don't like the idea of Wyoon and this doctor hanging out together. Someone should be informed about this somewhere and start
Right.
like,
Nobody has a problem with this.
yeah, like, oh yeah, Wyoon's just kicking it with that crazy doctor about living forever. Like, nobody.
Like when Wayun shows up with those two Jem'Hadar guys, like at that point they have a couple of security guys following him around. But
Yeah.
then they're just like, oh well.
You basically,
Yeah.
what can you do?
Yeah.
And that's it. Dun, 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 dun.
So I mean, why? I don't know. Who makes you the guy who decides that this isn't important enough to report?
There should be a lot more narking is all I'm saying here, man. There's two things that should be narked on right now. Like this guy, I mean, he's asking you to steal all this stuff.
Well, you're not stealing it. They made trades for it all.
Yeah, but still, I mean, it's
They stole the teddy bear though.
Well,
yeah, they
it
just
was
broke
already
into your
stolen.
quarters, man. That's creepy.
yes, he blew in her ear.
Nog knew exactly how to get in there and get out without
I
being
got it.
detected.
Hey, don't worry about it.
Yeah, I've done this plenty of
I
times.
got this.
This is the easiest one we're doing all day.
Yeah, let me check that camera too that I got in here to make sure it's still recording everything. What? No,
It's that SD card and put the fresh one in.
yeah, like
I was coming over tonight anyway.
because what'll happen is when all the saline is missing and all this other stuff, somebody's gonna go, "Hey, what happened to those 5 liters of saline?" Oh yeah, I let Jake and Nog have them. Well,
There
why?
should be some emergency where somebody's going to die unless they have 4 liters of saline. Oh, I just had 5, and now it's gone.
Oh man,
There's like a neti pot emergency, and they need that saline solution.
I traded it for a teddy bear.
Yeah, but
You
was that
did
teddy
what?
bear like? Was the teddy bear the same teddy bear that Radar had on MASH?
It's close.
It's very similar.
It's close, and that's the episode. So, what do you guys think? Dennis, we'll start with you.
You know, throughout the episode, I was just kind of like, oh, God damn it. It's one of these episodes. But they tied it up nicely by the end.
Mm-hmm.
I give it like a 6.5. I think it's pretty good.
All right, Ben.
I needed a break both on Star Trek and here in real life, so I'm giving it a 7.
Now, are you giving? Now, is the 7 of spades like the best 7 you can give it?
Spades.
That's the best 7.
All right, so 7 of spades. I'm going to give it a 6. I think the B story should have been the A story, and the A story should have been the B story. I was alarmed at the lack of like concern going on the space station with just all this mad science stuff. But it was a fun episode. He really loves his father, and that's nice to see. When they hugged at the end, it was touching.
It was nice. Yeah.
Yeah. This
show has the best like father-son moments.
Yeah, it really does.
Of all TV, I think this is one of the better father-son relationships.
And it's wonderful too that it's a black man and his son, which is cool. It's just, it's really wonderful, man. It's that at least boosted it a point for me. And when they embraced, I was like,
Cisco's like Space Furious Styles, man.
yeah, he really is. He really is. He just doesn't have the balls.
Yeah. He has a baseball instead of the stress balls.
Yeah, the stress balls. Furious Styles. That's a name I haven't heard in some time. So, all right. Well, there you go. That's the episode. Thank you very much for listening. We really appreciate all of your listening and your patronage. If you're a fan on Patreon, thank you very much. And we'll be back next week with the season finale of season 5.
Oh my God.
Shit gets serious.
Shit gets raw. So we'll talk to you guys next week.